Alright, hello, my name is Nick Mariano, and this year I decided to do senior year project. My presentation is on online learning. So pretty much what I was doing during my senior year project was I wanted to answer the question of whether or not a student could use online resources to teach themselves. So first thing I want to do is talk about the relationship between technology and education. So to date, right now, the two biggest advancements in education have been the invention of the blackboard, along with the invention of the printing press, which gave rise to textbooks. So the next big invention that I see is the way that we incorporate online resources into our education system. So the biggest type of online resource that we have right now that is still developing is known as a MOOC. So it's not actually a cow. A MOOC is A MOOC is a massive open online course that has been created for a world where you have so much information available at your fingertips. With the internet and everything, you can look anything up at any point in time. Everyone's got an iPhone or a phone that can use the internet, and you're able to look up just tons of information at your disposal that no other generation in the history of education has been able to do. So these MOOCs are courses that have been, or they're all open courses, meaning that most of them are free, offered by some of the top universities in the world. They're a way for people to come together and collaborate, to learn about topics that interest them, and in a structured way. They're available to anyone with an internet connection. So anyone with internet, or you provide internet to someone, and they're able to get an education where that opportunity may not have been available before. It's as simple as literally just giving them a laptop with the internet. So I'm going to talk about my experience. So I wanted to see for myself how efficient these courses were. So last year, my junior year, I had signed up for college prep biology, and my senior year I decided to take AP biology, which would then grant me college credit if I were to do well enough on the AP test. Turns out that AP biology was a lot harder than the college prep course that I'd taken the year before. It was very, very textbook oriented, and sometimes it was hard for me to keep up what was going on in class while being able to read the textbook. Class time was mostly spent reviewing the readings along with doing lab work. So what I decided to do was take one of these massive open online courses as a way for me to learn biology without actually having to attend the physical classroom. So I signed up for one of these open courses through a provider known as edX. And this is a $60 million startup program by Harvard and MIT. They've recently collaborated with other universities. Courses are being offered by University of Texas, along with Stanford and other top-of-the-line universities. What they really strive to do is teach courses at the learning level of these top universities. So you could be sitting in on a Harvard law class being taught to other Harvard law students, and you're just kind of there, you're learning about what they're learning about at the same pace. So I had the opportunity to take a course known as 700X, which is MIT's Introductory to Biology course. All freshmen are required to take this course when they enter MIT. It's taught by Professor Eric Landers. He was one of the lead scientists in the Human Genome Project. So it was pretty cool for me to be able to learn from a man of his status, where very, very few percentage of people have ever been able to learn from him or any of these MIT professors. So I'm going to show a quick link of kind of what the lecture videos would be like. So what would happen would there be about 2 60 to 70 minute lectures each week, each talking about different topics within the biology course. These lectures were split up into 6 or 7 minute sections where there'd be a quiz following each section. And what that does is it kind of keeps you interested and involved in making sure that you're paying attention and understand what's being talked about. Okay. So I want you guys to notice while you're watching this that these videos are being shown through the perspective of an MIT student, or kind of like you're sitting in and watching this lecture.
All right, well, welcome to 7XX. This is Introductory Biology at MIT. Welcome to everybody who's watching on the web as well. What I want to do today is tell us what the course is about. I'm going to try to cover everything in the entire course, everything. And then, we'll try to cover it a little more slowly next time. So if it doesn't all make perfect sense the first time out, that's kind of to be expected. But I think, as you'll see, the purpose of this course is to understand the fundamental principles of biology, the really unifying ideas of biology. It isn't memorize all the details of biology. So I want to make sure that you have a whole picture of where we're going in this course first, and everything we talk about is going to fit into one very simple thing. So,
Okay, so just kind of a preview of what I was watching when I was at home and learning from these online courses. So this is kind of the layout of the course itself. I want you to be able to notice on the right-hand side, you have these subtitles, which not only gives accessibility to people with hearing impairment, but I also found it pretty useful because I was able to just look on the right side if there's something that I didn't understand that he was talking about, and I could kind of go back and read through what he was talking about. I found that very helpful. Along with the ability, you can see down here, to speed up the lecture itself. So if there's an opportunity that I was being pressed for time or something to get something done, like even in a class, like a classroom setting, like having the ability to speed up or slow down your professors would kind of be pretty cool. Also the ability to pause. I mean, there are times when you're able to learn at your own pace because you're able to speed up or slow down either things that you don't understand or the things that you do understand, and you don't need to take the extra time to hear the professor talk about something that you understand. So, along with the 2 lecture videos each week, there was also a problem set due. And this is kind of what a problem set would look like, either multiple choice questions or short answer questions, meaning a couple sentences, like 2 or 3 sentences would be a short answer question. And one of the coolest parts about edX is that MIT created an artificial intelligence grading system. And this system is able to instantly grade short answer questions along with multiple choice. So you're getting instant feedback on the questions that you answer. Instead of having to wait for like a typical essay, an essay test, teachers would give back, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after you take the exam, and then you have to go through all the test corrections, and that's a lot of time wasted when you could have gotten that instant feedback and know what you have to study and go back and look at and review. So I found that artificial intelligence grading system to be very helpful during my learning. So I'm going to talk about the benefits. So the instant grading was definitely a plus. I thought that was very helpful, especially where I was taking this course in order to learn about AP biology, and I was able to instantly get back feedback on what I had to study and what I had to look over and review, instead of having to take the time to wait and get that back. Speeding up and pausing, being able to learn at my own pace was a huge advantage. There are certain things where I need to slow down and go back over, and the ability to rewind and watch lectures that I didn't really understand was very helpful. This also wasn't for a grade. So when you're in school and you're learning in a classroom setting, you're being very stressed about your grade and how well you're doing on the test and making sure that you're memorizing the right things in order to get a good grade. And the fact that I wasn't taking this for a grade kind of gave me the opportunity to be more interested and go more in depth about the topic itself. So there were some challenges, though, that I did face. One of the challenges includes the fact that you need to set your own schedule with this course. There's no one watching over you and telling you when to go to class, or that you have an end rule where you have to show up 3 times or something like that. That's not like that. So what I had to do was we had to stick to a schedule. And everyone in this room has felt the wrath of procrastination. And it's It's very easy with these course systems. All right, so say there's a problem set due on Wednesday. It's very easy to start watching those problem sets on a Tuesday or even the Wednesday itself. Then you're having to cram, and then you're staring at a computer screen for 5 hours, and you're getting real tired, and you just don't want to be there. You're not even learning at that point. You're just hoping the thing ends, and then you end up getting pretty frustrated. So what I learned through that frustration was that in school, you typically have a teacher to help calm you down and get you through those situations where if there's a problem that you don't understand, a teacher would be able to help you just relax and understand what was going on. And I didn't really have that when I was at home sitting in front of my computer for 6 hours trying to get something done. And it's also very easy to get distracted while you're online. Just the ability to go online and you end up on Facebook or Twitter or browsing the internet looking for pictures of cats or something, All right, so in comparison, I thought the classroom, like a physical classroom itself, was a lot better in terms of support and the social aspect of it. If you're struggling on a problem set at home, you have no idea if the problem set's just hard and you're just not understanding it. But if you were put in a classroom setting where all the kids around you are freaking out and you can all feel the fact that this is a really hard problem set and you understand that you're not the only one that's having challenges with this. It is a lot more stressful in terms of having to worry about your grade, where the online learning, I was mostly focusing on my own self-benefit and trying to, self-betterment and trying to just kind of teach myself something that I was interested in. The online, I think, was a lot more time efficient. It was a lot less stressful. The instant grading system was a huge plus. To get that instant feedback from me while I was studying for the AP exam was very helpful. You do miss out on the social aspect though, and that was a big key. There is a discussion forum, which is like an online discussion board where people can post questions and communicate with other people learning about this topic. Personally, I never felt the need to use it, so that wasn't something I took part in. So to answer my main question, can a student teach him or herself using online education? If that student is willing to face the fact that they need to be able to prioritize and set their schedule and stick to that schedule. Because once you get off that schedule of when you're watching these lecture videos, you end up procrastinating, pushing things back, and you have really high activation energy for starting up that program and wanting to watch the lectures. The big thing for me was that biology was a topic that I was interested in. And so I was motivated to take it and watch the courses and watch the lecture videos. There's so many opportunities online now, things that you can be interested about. The course on like underwater basket weaving, philosophy, law. There's courses, there's everything. Everything that you ever would be interested in is online now at this point. So in conclusion, I want to conclude by talking about the opportunities that this opens up for people. So I'm going to take Chris's Albert Einstein right now. And imagine a modern-day Albert Einstein living in an African village with no educational opportunities. If you grant this kid an online education, or just an education in general, online education just makes it easier to reach those kind of children where they don't have the resources to teach them. And you grant that kid the power of education, and you give him intelligence, and he has the power to help out the rest of the world because he was given these opportunities. I want to live in a world where everyone has the ability to gain an education. It's important. Education is important. It teaches people morals, and it teaches people how to interact with others and how to achieve what they want to do in their lives. We're the first generation of people to have these opportunities at our disposal, and I'm very excited to see how we use them to make the world a better place. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.